don't complicate things. We don't have to put titles on things. Like, complicate things. And I was just going for it, just eating it up. Like, ew, ew, ew.
Excuse me, I'm talking to you. Hey.
Hey boos, welcome to Sips and Tips episode 10. We have made the 10 episode mark. That's really not like a crazy number, but like 10, we're in the double digits now. So happy 10th episode to Sips and Tips. Welcome to the new setup. I am at the temporary new spot. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I also don't know if I'm gonna keep using this setup. I mean, this is really the only place I can like do the sips portion, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out like how I want to do the setup. But welcome to the new setup. This is what it's going to be for now. I can't believe it's almost August. Today, as I'm filming, it is July 30th. So August is in a couple of days. It's going to be my birthday month. I'm really excited. Don't really have much planned, but I just feel like this summer has been zooming by. So I hope everybody's been having a good summer so far, traveling, having fun, being with friends and fam, whatever the case is. Today's sip is gonna be something a little exclusive. You guys know I like to kind of feature some like exclusive ingredients, you know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff that I feature is stuff that I just have access to. So this is another one of those times. My dad is actually from the UK and he travels to the UK a lot. He brought this back from one of his trips. You're probably like, girl, gin, huh? But when I tell you, this in a cocktail is actually, she's pretty tasty. So this is the Bombay Bramble. So like Bombay Sapphire, if you're familiar with that, the blue bottle. This is Bombay Bramble distilled gin with blackberry and raspberry infusion. This is strong, she gets the job done, but she also tastes really good. We're gonna make a cute little like lemonade summer inspired cocktail with this. So let's get into it. So first of all, we have our glass with our glass straw and some ice. And then I also have just one more big cube to put in our cocktail shaker because I am gonna shake this one up. Add our ice to the cocktail shaker. We have our shot glass. Look how cute this is. It says here's to us. It's a cute little double shot. I randomly found this on a shelf at Dollar Tree, believe it or not. We're gonna do 2 shots of the Bombay. Of course, you can make this as strong or as mild as you want. I'm just gonna do about that. I feel like that's about 2-ish shots. I still have things to do and I gotta pack tonight, so I'm not trying to get too turned, but we'll do about 2 shots. And then we're just gonna take some Simply lemonade. I'm just gonna do plain lemonade. I feel like you could also use limeade in this. That would taste good too. But we're gonna do like 4 shots, I guess, of the lemonade. And this is such a super easy cocktail. It's literally 3 ingredients. Oh, I left the other ingredient in the fridge. I'll get it. We're just gonna shake this up. Let me go grab the other ingredient. Hold on one second. Okay, got it. So the third ingredient is the Waterloo sparkling water. This is the blackberry lemonade flavor. This is bomb just by itself, but this is also a great topper for cocktails. I've been loving this all summer. So we're gonna take our glass here, clean up a little bit. We're gonna pour in the gin and lemonade. And look at the pretty color. This is so cute and summery, like, come on. Then we're just gonna top it off with the Waterloo. You can do as much or as little as you want. I just kind of like to fill it to the top. Give her a cute little stir. I need to start coming up with names for these cocktails because I feel like when I first started Sips and Tips, I was naming everything and then I kind of just like stopped because it was really, a lot of my sips, like I said, it's just like stuff that I have access to or that's around the house. So I kind of just grab stuff and then film and I don't come up with any kind of name. So if you guys have names that you come up with or that you think would be good, let me know in the comments. This is her. Let's give it a taste. So good. So good. The gin isn't overpowering because I know I'm not a gin drinker. Like I said, my dad had this, so I probably would never just buy gin if I'm like at Total Wine or the grocery store. But this is actually really good. It's such a great alcohol for creating cocktails. I think the lemonade and the Waterloo kind of cut that bite from the gin, and it's actually really refreshing and pretty light. So I will link this if I can find it. Like I said, my dad got it in London. I think he got it at Heathrow. So I don't know if it's available in the States, but I'm sure you can order it. But I will link it below if I find it. Let's get into today's episode. It's going to be a little bit different. We're actually not going to head to the couch. We're going to stay here. I'm going to reset a little bit and get my laptop because today we're going to be reacting to one of my old YouTube videos. I found my old account from like my senior year of high school and early college years, and girl, I found a video on there that I want to react to. So let's go ahead and pull that up and get into today's advice and my reaction to my old video. Okay, we're back, reset. I got my laptop, I got the video pulled up. So if you didn't know, which you probably didn't know, but this channel that I'm on right now is my third YouTube channel. I had one that I made when I was in like middle school. We're not even gonna talk about that channel. It's out there somewhere. If you find it, you did some FBI sleuthing because we're not even gonna talk about that. But then this channel that I'm reacting to this video on, I think I created my senior year of high school or freshman year in college. And this was actually like when I was really getting into like advice and just wanting to like talk and I don't know, just kind of have like my talk show moment. So I've really been wanting to do this and just been yapping for like 11 or 12 years now. I just like randomly thought about my old channel and I was like, let me look at these videos. Like what's even on here? Like, do these even have views? So I came across this video and it's called So Where's My Title? So we're gonna get into situationships today, and we're gonna look at little baby 19-year-old Jayla and the situation that she was dealing with, and we're gonna give some advice there because, woo, if she only knew what she was in store for, honey. So you know what? Let's get into it. A relationship rants and raves segment. I'm screaming. Titles, labels, and why you're not the girlfriend. Oh my God, first of all, we got to get into the setup, the camera, just everything. So like I said, I was 19 in this video. I was living in my off-campus apartment with my 2 roommates. Y'all see I had the little Hollywood sign in the background, like always been such an LA girl, always such a California girl. I also filmed this on my webcam on my computer. So the quality, the audio is garbage. I mean, not a whole lot has changed. We're gonna get there. We're gonna fix the audio and everything. But yeah, this looks like surveillance camera footage. Like this is wild. But anyway, just wanted to set the scene. So yeah. New location.
Anyway, that's why I haven't been making videos as often. I read an article that just inspired me to talk about this topic.
Also, wait, really quick. I'm screaming because the background song is 2 Seconds by Jhené Aiko, and if you know that song, like we're really here because I am very intentional about the music that I put either as background music or like the music I use for my TikToks. Like music is such an important part of the editing process for me. And so when I made this video, I was just really feeling 2 Seconds by Jhené. So that's the background or the BTS on that.
And I want to give a shout out to the author, the writer of the blog, blackgirlsareeasy.com. If you haven't.
First of all, let's talk about that. So I remember my freshman and sophomore year, there was this blog out called blackgirlsareeasy.com, written by a man. Problematic. Like that would never be okay in today's day and age. Blackgirlsareeasy.com. But I have to say back then, he was writing some pretty interesting blogs, like just kind of talking about dating and courting and stuff like that from like a man's perspective. It was thought-provoking, I'm not gonna lie, but it was like the language used, like we would never in 2024. So just had to explain that because like I was like, what website, what blog? Anyway,
heard of that blog or read the articles on it, please read it because it's so interesting and it's like it's very thought-provoking and
thought-provoking,
inspiration
right?
For my post today. So the post today, we're going to talk about where's your title, ladies? When you've been in a relationship with a guy and for some
Relationship.
reason, you just don't have a title. So like, why is that? So the first thing I want to point out is think about how long you've been together, because the thing is, like, for a guy, they usually know if they want to be with someone within the first like 3 weeks. So if you don't have a title with, I would say, like 2 months, there's something going on.
Honestly, I still kind of stand by that, because for one, I would actually argue that guys know pretty early on. Like, I don't want to say from jump, like, it's not always a love at first sight kind of thing, but guys know, like, pretty immediately after at least the first few weeks or so if they want to be with you or not. So I think I was onto something here. The only thing though that I gotta kind of clock myself a little bit is at this, when was this made? I made this video October 2012. So this is honestly coming from a pretty hurt place, because at this point in October 2012, I had just gotten out of, I don't even know what you would call it. It wasn't even a situationship at that point, because me and the guy, we were never together, but it was like we were talking. It was definitely like a talking stage. Anyway, I've always been a lover girl. I've always liked relationships. Like, I never wanted to be in a situationship. I never wanted like a friends with benefits type of thing. So I went into it thinking, okay, let's be exclusive. Like, I like you, you like me. Let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, duh. And that's just not how it works all the time. And lack of communication plays into that big time. But back to what I was saying, I do think that if you've been talking to someone and you know that you would like to be exclusive, you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or, you know, whatever the titles are, it shouldn't take months and months and months for that to happen. If it is, that means that they probably don't want to be with you. So you should just see yourself out.
I'll just bring in to play my own personal experience that I went through. Like, I'm not trying to put this dude on blast or anything, but I've gone through this.
But
I don't want to talk about it. Like, I talked to this dude for 3 months. Like it was serious to me. Like, I thought, you know.
Serious at 3 months is so funny. At 19, like, girl, serious how? Serious where? Please.
We were gonna keep progressing, and it wasn't going anywhere. Like, and when I would talk to him about it, he'd be like, you know, I'd be like, what are we calling this? Like, what do you
Nothing.
see this as?
Not a damn
Like,
thing.
what are you doing?
Nothing.
And he'd be like, oh, you know, like, we're chilling. Like, you know, we're chilling. Like, what is that even?
This is so embarrassing, bro. Like, because that was the exact conversation. I asked him, like, at some point, I was like, what are we doing? What are we calling this, right? And he's just like, we're just chilling. Like, don't complicate things. We don't have to put titles on things. Like, complicate things. And I was just going for it, just eating it up. Like, ew. But we learn. You know what I mean? We learn. It's okay. We learned eventually, girl. Don't even worry about it. Don't even trip. Things took a turn for the better after that. So don't even worry about it.
To me, yeah, I don't want to chill. Like, I need a title. And
I don't want to chill.
The whole argument of why do you put labels on things? You're making things complicated, yada, yada, yada. Look, I fed into that the first couple times he told me that. And
I fed into it again, unfortunately.
But the thing is, there comes a point where you have to define what the relationship is. Like, otherwise somebody's feelings are going to get hurt. And that's what happened to me. Like I said, think about how long...
Feelings were hurt. Feelings were crushed. But the thing about it is, again, this was only the beginning of this whole saga with this person. We'll get into that tea after the video.
Together. You know, if you've been together, or if you've been talking or involved, or whatever you want to call it,
Involved.
for longer than like 2 or 3 months, and you still don't have a title, like, that's red flag number 1. The second thing to think about is, how does he introduce you to people? When you're meeting his friends, does he say, this is my friend so-and-so, this is my girl so-and-so, this is so-and-so? Like, how is he introducing you? I mean, it may seem really, really minor, but, like, pay attention to that, because...
That's actually a good point, because if you're with somebody or you're, like, dealing with somebody and let's say you guys are out and he's introducing you to his friends, or even sometimes they introduce you to family and stuff, or like people that they're close to, and if they're not like, oh, this is my girlfriend, this is my future wife, my whatever, it's like, leave it alone. Because it's like, who am I? Like, what am I? Chopped liver? Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of, it's just something to listen to be aware of. Like I said, it's something small, but I was kind of onto something with that.
He's not saying, like, if he's not at least saying, this is my friend, or this is my, I don't know, my girl, my something, he's really not too serious about you to it, because the way
I mean, even my friend is kind of crazy. Like, my friend that's kind of red flaggish too, because friends don't do certain things, so friend is a little like
you to his friends is an indication of how he talks about you to other people.
True.
So if he introduces you as his girlfriend, like, obviously that's an indication to you, like, okay, his friends and everybody else knows what's up.
People know what it is.
You, like, by your first name, or like there's no kind of title or anything, that's another red flag that you're not really that special. Like, you're not really that one.
That one. I'm screaming.
This relationship than he is. I know for women, you know, we feel like we're with this person and, you know, we're spending all this time with this person, so okay, I'm automatically like the girlfriend. So that's a mistake that we make, though, because you may be thinking that, but he may not. And if you guys don't have that conversation, you're gonna get your feelings hurt.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Don't ever assume anything. Don't assume that you are somebody's girlfriend. Don't assume that you are somebody's friends with benefits. Don't assume anything. If y'all haven't had that talk one-on-one and established something, don't assume, because you will really embarrass yourself. And that's what I did. Embarrassed, truly.
And once again, that happened to me. Like,
here goes the story.
Thinking, oh, I'm definitely the girlfriend. Like, and I'm saying,
baby, I just knew I had it in the bag. I was like, oh, we're together. We're absolutely together. Like, he loves me. Girl, please.
Phone, like, oh yeah, I'm at my boyfriend's house, you know, talking to my friend or whatever. And then I get off the phone and then he's like, so, the boyfriend, the B word.
Ew!
Where did that come from? And I'm sitting here looking stupid. Like, I was like,
oh, embarrassed. Embarrassed isn't even the word. I was like sweating. I wanted to leave as soon as I got off the phone and we had that conversation. I was so embarrassed because I was like, wow, I really thought we were like locked in. And he said boyfriend. Like, he said it like he was disgusted. Low-key, I'm like, well, damn, like, sorry, like, my bad, like, okay.
Well, guess you're not the boyfriend. What do you want to be called? And then it just goes into this whole
Nothing. He didn't want to be called nothing, girl.
About labels and all that. So don't jump the gun. Like, honestly, if you feel like you should be the girlfriend and he hasn't asked you, talk to him about it. Like, you know, I had a couple conversations with this guy, like, you know, are we gonna become a couple? Like,
no.
Do you want me to be your girlfriend?
No.
Like, what's the deal? So
hell no.
It's important to talk about it and, like, you know, keep the gates of communication open, because otherwise, you know.
Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, background music changed to Stranger by Janae. When I tell you, Janae Aiko had me in the craziest chokehold. Like, my probably senior year, but like really heavy freshman year of college into sophomore year. Listen. Janae just, she would be speaking to me on the relationship tip. Like, oh my gosh.
You're just gonna end up frustrated that he's not giving you a title, but like, he can't read your mind. And guys and girls in relationships, and as far as titles and labels are concerned, are very different. And titles, I think, mean a lot more to women than they do to guys. Another thing
sometimes
to look,
I don't necessarily agree with that so much anymore, because I do think that men value titles as well, but when they're serious about you. Like if a man is not serious about you, then they do not care about titles. So I don't necessarily agree with that part as much anymore, just, you know, in my experience, but it depends on how they feel about you and the circumstances.
or if you're having like some doubts or whatever it is, look for changes in behavior. Maybe he's losing interest, and that plays.
Or girl, maybe the interest was never there to begin with. We'll get into that.
To a big part of why you don't have a title. If he's losing interest, he's gonna stop texting you as often. He's gonna stop calling you as often. You may not get a reply for a few days, a few weeks. I don't even know. But that's definitely an indication that he's like getting bored, and he's probably looking over here like, okay, what can I, you know, look for next?
Truly.
Touch on is, I know as women, we always tend to blame things on ourselves and think, oh, it's my fault. You know, what am I doing wrong in this situation? Like, honestly, if you haven't changed anything and everything's been, you know, peachy keen since the beginning, then it's him. Like, he's over there going through his own ordeal.
Period, sis.
So don't be so quick to blame yourself. I mean, I'm not saying don't do a little bit of like self-reflection, because that's always good too. But don't.
Wait a minute, I was kind of spitting. Like, to be naive 19-year-old me, like I had a little bit of knowledge. Like I had a little bit of something to say.
To blame yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Like, it's all my fault. Like, think about what he's doing too. I just wanted to make this video because it's been something that's been on my mind for a long time, and like I've talked to a lot of my friends about it, I've talked to my mom about it. Like, it's just really interesting, and I wanted to tell you ladies out there, know your worth, get what you deserve. Like, if you have been in a relationship for 4, 5, 6, 7 months and you still don't have a title, like, you really need to talk to me about that, and you probably need to just get out of the relationship, because
4 to 7 months.
Put in all this time and energy and effort, and he's probably not even thinking about you the way you're thinking about him. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, stay beautiful and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Oh, what a cute little outro. Until next time, I kept that, I see. So, okay. Well, first of all, this is cute. Like, I'm glad that I found this video, because it's just always nice to like look back and reflect on what you've been through, and like see, you know, what points I still agree with and what points I don't agree with, and just like how my perspectives on love and relationships have changed over time. Okay, to give a little bit of like tea and insight on that situation. So like I said, that video was made in October 2012. At that point, I've been talking to this guy. We were talking for like 3 months. I went home for the summer, and like I said, I've always been a relationship like lover girl. So I wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend. That was always my motive. Like, I liked him, he liked me. What are we doing? Let's be exclusive. He was also a little bit older than me too, and I just think he was wanting to play the field, but he obviously didn't want to admit that. So when I was at home, I was talking to my mom, and she was asking about the situation. She was like, well, do you like him? Like, do you think you're in love with him or anything like that? And I was like, no. And she was like, it sounds like you want a relationship and you want something different than what he does. Clearly, he's not that interested in you. Like, truly, he's just not that into you. So I think you should break things off, because you're going to end up wasting your time. And I was like, you know what? Yes. Shout out to my mom. Like, she always gives the greatest relationship advice. So snaps for Mama Tam. I broke things off. I was like, whatever, we're done there. Flash to, when was this? Like, second semester of my sophomore year in college. So we're going from October 2020 or 2012, excuse me, all the way to like February 2013, right? I hadn't talked to this guy this whole time. I was just kind of like, you know, doing my thing, going on a couple dates here and there. Nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. I swear guys have like radar though. Like, as soon as they sense that there's someone in the picture who's like treating you well, they're like, time to come in and it up. Like I swear there's radar. I swear, because I had gone on this date on Valentine's Day. And the guy was super sweet. Like, we had a good time. He was a gentleman. Like, it was nice. So I was like, okay, this is how you're supposed to be courted. This is how you're supposed to be treated. Okay, cute. Here he comes. Like, trying to slide his way back into the picture. Y'all, tell me why I probably was talking for a good, like, had to be 15, 20 minutes after the previous clip. That must have been God's way of being like, girl, you're talking about this man way too much. Like, don't even get into all the details. Long story short, after I went on that date with the other guy, he slid his way back in. We started talking again. And he, like, basically asked me without asking me to, like, be exclusive. He was like, something along the lines of, like,
I know you've been waiting for a long time, you know, to like be in a relationship, so you don't have to wait anymore.
Like, it was something, I swear it was something along those lines. And I was so hyped about that. Like, I was really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, we're together now. And it was like, girl, no, like, it never gave that. Did he ask you to be his girlfriend? No. So, you know, here we go again. I was in a situation where I'm thinking we're exclusive. I'm thinking we're in this relationship, and it was nothing of the sort. Like, he did not want to be with me. And I was just too blinded to see that. I was too ready to be in a relationship. We were just on two different pages. So I'm not even going to retell the story, because it was like, I literally went into so many details and I don't even remember. So to get into the advice portion, like what I would tell my 19-year-old self, what I would tell someone if you are in a situationship right now, or if you're like, am I in the right situation? Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this right for me? I think if you're someone like me, I am a relationship girl. I really don't like doing the whole talking stage for too long, or friends with benefits. I've never been that person. It's just not who I am. I like to be in a relationship. Like, if I like you and we're vibing and we want to be exclusive, like, I just don't really see the point of like playing games. Like, let's just be together. That's just always how I've been. Even like in high school, I was very much just a relationship kind of girl. So if you're somebody like me, you have to be honest with yourself. If someone that you're dealing with is like, oh, I'm not the relationship type, or I'm emotionally unavailable, or whatever they try to say, if they're giving you any inclination that they're just not interested in a relationship, you have to take that at face value. Don't think you can change them. Don't think you're going to change their mind. Don't think that because you are who you are and you're so amazing and wonderful that they're going to change their mind and want to be with you. It doesn't work like that. And I think sometimes our ego gets in the way, because that's what I thought. I was like, well, of course he's gonna want to be with me. Like, I'm great. I'm a catch. I'm the prize. Like, I definitely had that confidence, which I mean, I'm happy about, but it's like, that's not gonna convince someone. If they don't want to be in a relationship, they're not gonna be in a relationship. They don't want to do it. So, and why convince somebody? Like, if somebody wants to be with you, they should be going for it immediately, you know? Again, if you're somebody like me, you know, you're like, I want to be exclusive. I want to be in a relationship. This is what I want. Find somebody who matches that energy. Don't waste your time, because that's really all it was. I was wasting so much of my time, and it's like, obviously I have no regrets. Everything happens for a reason. Like, life does what life is gonna do, and I definitely, you know, was blessed to find the man that I found after this situation. But I did waste a lot of time. Like, I could have been with a athlete at USC or something instead of dealing with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could have been really playing the field. I could have really been having like a grand old time. Oh, why is the devil so busy today? This is the second time my camera has cut off. First, my battery was dying, so it like had the little like 20% battery thing, and then it said that my storage is full, and I don't really understand why my storage is full, because I just took off a bunch of videos and pictures. Anyway, let me just get to the advice. And yeah, if this cuts off again, I'm gonna just have to call it quits for today and come back on another day and finish. But what was I even saying? I was talking about like how I could have been playing the field instead of dealing with this raggedy man. Long story short, my advice and my what I would tell my 19-year-old self, and what I would tell anyone out there who's dealing with a situation similar to this, is if you're someone like me who, you know, deep in your heart, you want to be exclusive with someone, you are someone who wants to be in a relationship, that's something that you value, you need to find someone who matches that energy, and you need to find someone who will give that to you. Don't waste your time, because that's really all that it is. You're just wasting your precious time. And it's like, there are so many people out there who will see your value, see your worth, see how beautiful, amazing, brilliant, intelligent, all of the things that you are, and they will want to be with you. So why waste your time on someone who's like wishy-washy, finicky, like not giving you that same energy? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I would say that if you're someone who wants to be in a relationship, seek that out. Find your person, because they're out there somewhere. On the flip side, if you're somebody who you're okay with being in a situationship, you just want to date, you want to play the field, you want options, that is perfectly fine. Like, do that. Explore, do your thing, but just be honest with the people that you're dealing with, because I think that's where things get a little muddy, is when you're not being honest and there's no communication. And so the person that you're dealing with might be thinking, oh, okay, well, they're giving me signals, or, you know, this feels like we're together, this feels like we're a couple, and it's not that. Don't lead people on. Just be honest. You know, just be like, look, I'm just trying to date, I'm seeing multiple people, not really ready for a relationship right now. Whatever the case is, however you want to word it, but just be honest about it. So that's my advice. My camera better have picked this up, otherwise I'm going to... I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it was so choppy, like my phone is tripping. I don't understand why. Like, Lord, am I not supposed to put this video out? Like, what's going on? Anyway, I'm gonna go pack. Hopefully this is still recording. I don't know if it is. I can't wait for the day when I have a team and I have somebody behind the camera that's like, oh, hold on, you're not recording. One day, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed my advice. Please like this video if you like this video. Subscribe, and I will see you next Sunday for episode 11 of Sips and Tips. Cheers.